speak to the fellas sat to the left and right of me. The main event, the WBA Continental strap is on the line, a rematch. Let's speak first to Jack Flatley. I think you've been reading all my questions anyway.
Nothing like me.
Yeah, I saw you peeking. Listen, I mean, you can read this yourself, but I think you said when you announced this fight on your Instagram, you're going to get what belongs to you. What do you mean by that?
I just think it's my time. I just think I've worked too hard, too long for this. Kind of gone under the radar, like I've not really ever announced myself, so I think now's the perfect opportunity for show why I do work so hard, why I live the life that I live.
How do you look back on the first fight with Nathan Heaney?
I look back on it, it was quite unfortunate the way it ended. I don't look back on it with any kind of bitterness, with the way the decision actually went. Just was, I thought, I wanted to finish what I believe I was beginning, to start in that fight.
Do you feel like you were coming on?
Yeah, I feel like I was gaining momentum. I feel like I'm mindful to taking that.
Let's bring in the hitman. I'm sure you've got a different recollection of events from the first fight. How are you? And how did you see that all going?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm very good, Dev. The first fight was what it was. I thought, when obviously the head clash happened, in my head I was thinking, I've won 4 of the first 5 rounds, absolutely no doubt. So I thought it was quite a good decision actually from the ref to stop it when he did, because if I'd taken any more damage on the eye, it wouldn't be up as well as it has. But no, it's, I think the way it went and obviously how it ended. Now, there was no one answer questions for me. As far as I was concerned, the fight was in line momentum and was only going to kind of continue for the second half of the fight. So I could take on with that, but obviously it was Jack that done answer questions that he was going to change what he originally did in the first 5 rounds to then suddenly win every single other fifth, like the remaining 5 rounds. So it's really interesting in terms of what's going to happen between us on Saturday. Yeah.
Jack, are you surprised this fight's happening?
Yeah, I'm to be honest. I don't know, I think Nathan, but he just said he thinks he won 4 of the first 5 rounds, and I disagree with that. I think it was a little bit more even. You couldn't argue either way. You had the early rounds, but yeah, I'm surprised that that's happening, because I think Nathan could have taken the option, to be honest. And people might say, oh, I've not announced myself or anything like that yet, but I still believe that there could have been easier options than me. Believe me, I've got the fire burning inside me, so I want it. You could have got someone that could have turned up, rolled over, but that's not me.
There was a little bit of a Twitter beef, a little bit of back and forth between you guys online after the first fight. And at one point you said, go and get your payday elsewhere. Well, he's getting his payday with you. Why are we here, and how come we are doing this again from your side, mate?
Yeah, going back to what Jack said in terms of like different spurs and stuff. Jack's got the style to mix with mine to make for a very good fight. Now, granted, I think the first fight was tentative in terms of how we were both approaching it, but yeah, it's, I've said this before in interviews. I don't make career decisions based, one, when I'm getting my eyes stitched up, and seconds, man, going rematch. No, I don't work like that. And 2, I don't work on Twitter either. The amount of people that call me out on Twitter, that obviously they are looking for a payday. I'm not saying that with Jack, but they are looking for a payday, so I understand why they do it. But I also don't make decisions based on that. But what I do make decisions on is when I take a step back, and Frank and George say, I want you to headline BT Sports, what fight can we do to make that work? Well, Jack Flatley's an ideal candidate for that, and that's why we're obviously doing it now. There are the answer questions from his side in terms of what he was going to do to me in the latter part of the fight. But now we get to obviously do it, and we're headlining, and it makes for a great headliner.
Those tweets that I'm referencing, Jack, at one point you said something along the lines of, when I've lost, I've never looked for a way out. What did you mean by that?
When I have lost, my 2 losses aside from from that loss, the loss on paper, if you want to put it, was, you know, to Harry Starr, a very awkward customer who's like very avoided at the moment now. And I never looked for where that fight. I was always trying, you know, to get into it. Lost it by the skin of my teeth. I still, you know, think maybe I did enough, but it is what it is with that one. With the one that I lost for the European title, you know, I was probably up against it for 9 rounds. I was maybe took a step up really, but all the time I was in that fight, I never, not once, did I look for a way out. I don't look for a way to cheat, I don't look for a way to, you know, end a fight. If I believe I'm going into a fight like I did in that fight with Nathan, and, you know, there's nothing stopping me.
But with that, are you suggesting that Nathan looked for a way out in the first fight with you?
No, I've never suggested that's what Nathan looked for, but I mean, I don't know, you do get a head clash, but I think the last thing you do is go down on your knees, so that's down to Nathan.
What do you expect him to do this time?
I'm not too sure. Obviously, I'm assuming the fact of the matter is the style he's got, the head clashes can happen. So, I mean, Steve always said from day one, start strong and finish strong, because that what happened in the last fight happened. And if I hadn't started strong and I just coasted the first 4 rounds, it was even, I'd have a drawing record right now, or a loss potentially. So I'm assuming he's going to come out stronger, or faster at least, but it is a 10-round fight, and that gives me more opportunities myself to obviously land a shot. And yeah, I think that's why it makes it this such a good fight, because Jack knows he's got to do certain things in certain ways to nullify what I do, and me vice versa with him. So yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to end or what's going to happen, but I do think it will be a very good fight.
I think so as well. Jack, just another one on this. If that first fight had carried on and you felt like you were coming on, how do you think that first fight would have ended?
I believe in coming, you know, into the fight to take over, you know. Whether they've been on the judges' scorecard or not, by the way, you know, some of the judges had it, I think they were pretty ridiculous, to be honest, but or it had been a bit of stoppage, but I believe that I'd come into the fight and show what I'm about, yeah.
Your fans this time, Nathan, Telford, I understand they're going to be closer. I understand that maybe, and you've said this to me, maybe Jack didn't get the full taste of the Stokies the first time round. Tell us what sort of difference that's going to make.
It's surely, like Manchester Arena was incredible. I think it was 14,000 there, obviously nearly 2,000 Stokies. The atmosphere they brought was incredible, but they were in the gods. So the intensity of it and what you normally feel, obviously, on our Friday nights wasn't the same, because it was sort of absorbed within the arena. Whereas Telford is compact, it's well, you were there when I fought Ramirez. They were relentless what they were doing, and that was a very tough fight. And yeah, they're going to bring some real noise and real intensity to it. And yeah, it's a different thing to be a part of.
Do you think it could intimidate Jack Flatley?
Nah, he's a fighter, and we all know what we're doing. Like when he said about he's worked hard for this, that's the minimum we should be doing in the sport as a fighter. The minimum is hard work and what we're doing. But the fact of the matter is, he's a fighter, he's a tough lad. He's been with Alaraga, with thousands in Bilbao, or whatever it was, what city he fought in. He's been there before, but the atmosphere is different with my guys, 1,000,000%. So I assume we'll be coping it fine, but it's different when you're getting shots like that in the place of ropes.
And there's going to be a Delilah, right? Just to confirm.
Yeah, well, Frank loves it, right? Frank loves it, mate. So it's there's going to be a good Delilah going.
Good stuff. Jack Flatley, your final message to Nathan Heaney sat here. Anything you want to tell him?
Just be ready, I'm sure it will be. I'm ready. You know, it's a brilliant opportunity for both of us headlining BT Sports. Like I say, Nathan's got a lot of fans. You know, that's a lot more people for me to fight in front of, so I'm relishing it, believe me. Yeah, we're both ready.
And how's the fight going to go?
Jack Flatley dominant, that's the only way I see it.
Okay, thank you, Jack. Nathan, you're right in reply. Jack believes it's going to be a dominant Jack Flatley display. What say you?
Yeah, it's we've all got that belief. Like you wouldn't stand up here if you didn't think you were going to do that. Whether that'll happen or not, I'm not. If that's for Jack to sort, but I'll be doing everything I possibly can to stop that from happening. I do believe if he presses the way he probably was going to try to, I will catch him. And I've got a very good engine as well. In the 10 rounds, I've done it many times. If he does the 10 rounds, I'm there strong all the way through. So, yeah, I'm just looking forward to the night. I'm looking forward to the atmosphere. I'm looking forward to the fight, and I'm looking forward to becoming the WBA Continental Champion as well.
Anything you want to tell Jen?
No. I just want to thank everyone that's watching. So everyone that's going to be watching on the night, and obviously thank Queensbury Promotions, Frank and George, and obviously yourself there for the fishing rod. Thank you so much.
Fantastic stuff. Yeah, the fishing rod is here. I'll try. Yeah. Thank you to everyone joining us. And yeah, we're going to do some face-offs down the front here. A reminder that we are live at 7 o'clock. Beaton Sport.